Hi there, I'm Nick Mankey, and today I have the Isotope Hydrium NASA watch, and I am going to walk you through how to install and fit the NASA hook strap that comes with it. First things first, let's check out the packaging. Included was a really cool Isotope branded tote bag, and inside we find a really nice travel pouch branded by Isotope, and then the watch box itself. Inside the box, we find another box. A really nice one though. Also inside, we find the NASA hook strap. And now we'll open the watch box itself. Amazing. And before I remove this from its pillow, I'm going to set something down to keep everything protected. And from here, I'm going to primarily focus on the hook strap that you received with your Hydrium NASA watch. But first, I'm going to go ahead and unravel the strap so we can get a better look. Beautiful. Set that down right there. Moving on to the hook strap itself, you'll notice this nice metallic sleeve that contains the strap. It's got a nice assortment of details. Feel free to review those, but in general, all we're looking to do is remove that. You can do so by peeling it back, expose the little Easter egg message there, and then we will just, you could do this carefully, non-destructively, or you can just tear it, doesn't matter. Now let's take a look at the strap itself. And here it is. Also beautiful. At its core, what we have here is a 22mm wide white Pro elastic hook strap with a removable hook to be used with fixed bar compatible watches, if you so desire, or it can be used like a standard hook strap. On each end, we have 316 stainless steel blasted hardware, white bar tack stitching, and then custom printing done here in-house with the red NASA worm logo and the US flag printed on the other side. On the back, we have a custom Isotope logo applied, and then my clothing tag. The most important anatomy to consider at this point is the fact that there is a rectangular slider loop on this side with the NASA worm logo, and then a hook on this side with the US flag. Between them is the elastic itself, and I will show you now how to install this onto your Isotope Hydrium NASA watch. First things first, we're going to remove the band connected to the Hydrium. To do so, there are some very handy quick release pins on the back. To remove these, all you have to do is engage the lever action to release the spring bar, and then it pops right out. Do so on both sides and set it aside. We now have a Hydrium that is completely free. Next, we'll go ahead and drop this over the top of the hook strap. Just like that. Then I will use a spare pair of 22mm spring bars and install the strap onto the Hydrium. To do so, I'm going to maintain its position on the top of the strap, flipping it over, and then I'm just going to slide the spring bars right over the top. Just like that. Okay, that is now installed on that side, and now I'm going to do the same on this side. Now that the strap has been successfully placed onto the Hydrium NASA watch, we are now going to start to assemble the strap itself. To do so, your first step is to make sure that you've got the orientation correct. The hook should be at the 12 o'clock position of the watch, and the rectangular loop should be at the 6 o'clock side of the watch. Further, you can check the hook on this side and make sure that the logo is on the 6 o'clock side. From there, we are now going to assemble the strap. To do so, we're going to first pull on the elastic right behind the case back to generate a loop. I'm going to pull out about that much strap to generate our loop. From here, we're going to take this loop, pinch the end, and we're going to squeeze it through your rectangular slider. It's easiest to get a corner started first. There we go. And we've now just created our adjustment loop. I'll talk more about that later. But you can quickly see that that is where the hook terminates once it's on your wrist. This just slides right over and into that loop. Take out the slack here, and your wrist will go right through here. That is the general principle for assembling the hook strap. Now let's talk about the fitment, and to do so I will slide this onto my wrist. I'm just going to open it up, slide it over my hand and onto my wrist. I'm now going to draw that elastic up and out away from the watch so that it can wrap around just like this and attach right there. You can see that there's a lot of slack, so we want to make sure that we pull on the excess right behind the spring bar because it can get bunched up sometimes, and we'll worry about the fit in just a second. So there we go. It is on my wrist, but it's very loose. Here's how we address the fitment. There are two zones of adjustment. There is the 6 o'clock side, and then there's the 12 o'clock side. You can draw or subtract from either of those sides to get the perfect fitment. First, I will show you how to draw from the 12 o'clock side. I'm going to undo the hook, and to do so, I like to stick my finger in the opening to flare it open and use my thumb to rotate the hook. Just like that. Now that it's open, I'm going to draw this length up. The more you add to this loop, the tighter it will fit. Now I'm going to reconnect this hook onto that loop and pull the slack out from behind the watch like that. And that's starting to feel a bit better. Now I'll show you how to draw length from this side. I'm going to undo the hook, and I'm going to draw just a little bit of length by pulling this right here. And take out the slack from behind the spring bar. That's always important. And then I'm going to bring this back around, taking the slack out again and reconnecting it with the loop. That's now fitting quite nicely, and I'm perfectly happy with that. And if I do say so myself, that is a perfect match with the Hydrium. Once it's on your wrist, you can either slide it over your hand to remove. If you'd like to preserve the elastic for as long as possible, I like to unhook. And once again, I like to use my finger to flare the adjustment loop open and rotate with my thumb. After that, you can open it up to slide it easily over your hand. And now you are all set. Your Isotope Hydrium NASA watch has been successfully paired with your NASA hook strap. Whether you're headed to an office or to a space station, you can rest assured that a setup like this is always going to give you a level of comfort that is out of this world. Enjoy.